Hello, my name is Neeraj Sharma. I work for Crow Horvath LLP India as a senior Microsoft Dynamics CRM technical consultant. I'm having 11.7 years of experience in IT, and in Microsoft Dynamics CRM, I am having 7.5 years experience. So this was all about my personal introduction, and now I'm going to share the information about this video. So this video is created to set up the MSCRM deployment automation. So the video will also contain some slide screens and also some project information, also the Octopus deployment. So all this will include the setup of the Microsoft Dynamics CRM automation. So first of all, I will give you the introduction of this video or the process that we are going to create in this video, and then the introduction on the prerequisites, then what is the process to create. So inside that process, how we are going to create the package deploy project in Visual Studio, and then how we are going to create the CI build, and then the Octopus deployment setup in terms of the project creation or the release creation, and then the creation of the release in the Octopus, and finally the setup for the automation or automatic triggering of the deployment on the different CRM organizations. So about the CRM deployment automation. So let's assume that we have multiple deployment organizations or the development organizations, not the deployment but the development organizations. So we have multiple development organizations, we have multiple QA organizations, we have multiple UAT organizations, and we have multiple production organizations. So whenever we are going to develop something on one organization on the development server, that needs to be replicated on various development organizations. Once that is done on the development organization, that all needs to be moved to QA organizations, and then similarly on UAT, and then finally on production. So this is a time consuming process. Also, sometimes we have some problems in the migration of the solutions or the data files from one to another organization. So this process will help you to reduce your time and also help you to streamline your process of the deployment. So in this video, we are going to explain or maybe understand the process of the deployment of the CRM components. When I'm saying the CRM component, it means the CRM solutions in form of the managed or unmanaged. Also, the data files that can be a CSV file or a TXT file or any XML file or any zip file that can be included into that. So let's talk about the prerequisites. So the prerequisites are the solution file that we want to import into the organizations on various organizations. Also, the data files can also be included into that. Those data files can be the configuration data or the master data that you want to import into the target organizations onto the CRM. So another prerequisite is the .NET Framework 4.5.2. And after this prerequisite, we have one more prerequisite called the Visual Studio, any version from 2011 to 2015. Once we have the Visual Studio, we also need to have one NuGet package manager for Visual Studio that we have installed in step number 3. And finally, we have one final prerequisite that is called CRM templates for the Visual Studio. So these CRM templates you can get into the Visual Studio when you are going to create a new project. So when you create a new project, you will get the CRM templates. So you will get the CRM templates by installing a add-on that is called CRM SDK template.vsix that can be found into the CRM SDK into the templates folder. So once you install that into the Visual Studio, then the CRM templates will be available onto the Visual Studio so that you can use to create a new project. Now let's talk about the process. So this is a 4-step process which includes the creation of the package deploy project using CRM templates. And once we create this project into the Visual Studio, then we need to build that project. After that, we need to create a CI build. So that CI build will automatically build this solution or the project and push everything in the form of the NuGet package to the Octopus server. Once that is pushed to the Octopus server, then we need to set up our project onto the Octopus deploy. So inside that, we need to create a project, and then we need to create a process, and finally we need to create a release to finally deploy our components onto the various organizations. So let's move on to the next thing. So first step will be to create a CRM package project. Basically, it is available when you install CRM SDK template.vsix on Visual Studio. So when you go to the new projects onto the Visual Studio, then on the left side you will see the CRM SDK template, and on the right side you will see the CRM package. You need to select that CRM package and provide a name of that project. So for our project, we have given crowharbor.crm.text.service platform, or any project name that you can provide here. So once you provide that name, you need to create this project to click, so that once you click on OK, it will create a new project into that. So once that project is open, then you need to go to the solution which is explained here on this slide. So so the solution will contain various folders and various files. So main folder is pkg folder into that. So every solution file or every data file that will have the changes or the customization or the data that should be contained into the package folder. And also there's one more folder that is called content, that is nothing but a folder that will contain the HTML file for the manual deployment. So this is not required for our process because our process is fully automatic. So the content folder is not required for us, but the import config.xml is required because this is the main file which tells the organization which file needs to be uh, imported and which type of file it is, what kind of data it is containing. So basically this is the important file. So here's the list of some NuGet packages that you need to update on the project. So you need to go to the project, and then you need to go to the manage NuGet packages. And then after that, when you see all these packages, you need to select all these packages and then click on the update. Once that is updated, then you need to go on the browse, and then you need to find one more NuGet package that is called Octopack, that is very required to create an Octopack uh, from the uh, from the bin folder to push on to the Octopus. So so this is very required component, or maybe the NuGet package uh, to push everything onto the Octopus. So once this Octopack is installed on the Visual Studio, we need to go to the project, and then we will add our files into the package folder. So you can see here we have contact.zip. This is nothing but a data file. So after that, we have some solution files. So that is in the manage form. Also, we have import config that we have explained earlier, and we have some test solution also. Inside all these solution files and the data files that should be contained in the package folder. Okay, so when we have kept everything into the package folder related to the deployment, so we need to go to the import.config, import config.xml. So this file tells you which solutions we are going to import, which files we are going to import. So here in you can see the first node is called config data storage. So inside that you will provide the name of this zip file which we have created from the utility into the SDK. So we have used that utility to get the data from the CRM. And then there are some solutions that we are going to import into the organization. So solutions, inside the solutions node, we will specify each solution that we want to import. So we have specified 3 solutions. So using this XML, the project will import only 3 solutions. That is Crow Harworth and ICS 0001 managed zip. So another is the process datetime utility. Third one is the zip code translation. So once these solutions are specified into the XML, and after that we are going to specify some data files. So you can see there's zip import details inside there, subfiles.csv, or the import to account entity, and then other details that you can add to that. So there are some various information that you can add to this import.config related to your import components. So to get the complete and detailed information, you need to go to the Microsoft CRM package deployer. There they have explained the every node of this XML file that you need to specify. So you, if you want to add more files or more details into this file, just go to the Microsoft site and search for the package deploy. Inside that, for the XML config details. So inside that, you will get all the information related to this file. So here you can see one more file we have added, that is called environments.xml. So this file we have added, is not added automatically by the project uh, deployment project basically. So this file will tell you the information about the different environments of this CRM. So when you run this process, it will take the environments from here, and it will take the credentials also from here, and it will start deploying everything one by one on these environments. So if you specify 3 environments here, so it will deploy on 3 environments. If you specify 5, then it will deploy everything on those 5 environments. So this is also the main file which we have used for our process. So this file requires a top node that is called environments. Inside that, we have to specify each environment. The name of this environment can be anything that you want to display onto the log, and then the URL of that environment, then domain, user ID or password, and then the organization name. So similarly for all the organization that you want to include. So we also need to keep this file into the same package folder so that we can use this file onto the Octopus deployment, and it should also be pushed along with the all files to the Octopus. So once that is pushed to the Octopus, then Octopus will make use of this file to deploy everything on these environments. So the file that we want to deploy, or maybe we want to push everything onto the NuGet package, that should also have 2 properties changed. Like the file which we want to be included into the package, the property of that file should also be changed to content for the build action, and copy always for the copy to output, right? So every file should be uh, changed for these properties. So if you don't change these properties, then these files will not be included into the NuGet package, and again it will not be pushed to the Octopus. So because this is not included into package, so it will not be available onto the Octopus server. So this is very important information that you want to change. There are some functions that you can write, or maybe customize or write some code into those functions um, based on your requirements of the project deployments. Maybe sometimes you have some custom database creations or some scripts running on to the database. So these functions that you can use into the package template.cs. So there's another file called package template.cs available into the deployment project. So you would need to go there, and these are some predefined functions into that. So you need to add your code based on your requirements. So there are some initialized custom extensions. So this is the overridden method to be executed when package is initialized. So whatever the code you want to be executed, so that code needs to be put inside this function. Again, similarly, the other function is called pre-solution import. So this is again, as name says, pre-solution import. So whatever the code you have that you want to put into that, um, that will be executed on the pre-solution import. So similarly, other functions are there based on your requirements. So you can add your code into that, and then when you run that package, so this will also be executed along with the deployment. So when you have added your code and everything is done, so you need to save your project and then build your project, and then the folder, basically the package name folder which we have, that is called pkg folder, that we need to copy, or maybe you can automate this also. So this folder should be copied to the bin directory of the folder, and then the package name, or you can say the project name .dll should also be copied to your NuGet package. So everything should be inside this folder, and the DLL should be copied to the NuGet package. So once that is copied, then we can utilize this on the deployment of the CRM components. Okay, so we have completed our project, basically the CRM deployment project, and now we are going to create a new CI build. So we need to log into the VSTS using our credential, and then we need to go to the build and release on the project. Then when we need to create a new, we need to click on new button to create a new build. Once you click on the new build, it will show you the new build, and then you need to provide the name of that build, and then you need to choose the code. So basically, whatever the code we have shown in the previous, that should be linked to the particular branch of the VSTS, and then this should be pushed to this branch only, and then we into the build, we need to select the source. So let me show you how to go to the CI build, and then how to create a new CI build. So once you are logged into the Visual Studio VSTS, you'll go to the project, and then you'll click on the build and release it. Inside that, you will click on the build. So it will show you the latest build that we have created, and now we are going to create a new build. We'll need to click on the new button. It will show you a new build that needs to be created. So once you click on that, it will open up a new screen. So I'm going to show you the existing build that we have created. So once we click on this, it will show you the same kind of build. So so inside that, you need to specify the name of that build. So we have given MS Dynamics CRM CI. So similarly, same thing is here also. So for the agent queue, you need to select hosted. There are various other agents, but you need to select hosted. And then you need to go to the first tab that is called task. Inside that, you need to click on the process. So this will be a build process, and inside that, you need to create it will be populated automatically. So you need to select the project and then the branch, and inside that branch, you need to choose your branch so that your project is selected. So once you select this, you need to, maybe you can save it right now, or you can go to the add one more. So so this is automatically created. Now we'll go to the next step, that is we are going to add a new task. So this is a new task that we are going to add. So once we click on this, so it will show you the information. So this is the name of this task and the solution that we have. So we need to choose our solution from this branch. Wherever the solution we have, we need to choose our solution. Once we have chosen it, we need to select the Visual Studio version. And the very important thing is MS build argument. So this MS build argument would tell you the build number, and it will also specify to run octopack true, and then where to push after creating the NuGet package. So this is the octopack URL. This is a variable that we have created into the variables, and then the octopack publish key API. This API key you can get from the Octopus. So you can go to the Octopus, and then you can go to your profile and then click on the profile button. So inside that, you will go to the API keys, and you will click on the new API key, specify the purpose of that, and you click on the generate new. So it will give you the API key that you can use here into the Octopack API key. So these are the variable which we have created into the variable section. So you can go to the variables. So you can see the build action is again a variable which we have created. A build perform is anything, any CPU, and then Octopack API key that we have extracted from there. So it is same, we have copied from the this area and then pasted it to this variable. So Octopack URL is the URL that we are going to use for our deployment. And then finally, once that is done, we'll go to the platform, we'll specify the variable that we have created earlier, specify the configuration, and that's it. So you will save it. You'll go to the save and queue is, this is not enabled because this is not a new CI build, it is the existing one, and there's nothing changed on this, so it is not asking me to save. So but when you create a new CI, it will ask you to save, so you can save. You don't need to queue until unless you want to start this build. So just save this and keep it at as it is, right? So the variable I have explained you here, the triggers also we can go to this. So the triggers, it will be triggered automatically when something is pushed to this branch. So we have to enable it so that when you check in something on the same code or branch, it will be automatically triggered. So inside that we have to specify the branch filter. So the branch filter will include the branch which we have our code. It will exclude the other branch that we don't want to be included into the trigger. And after that, there's an option. So inside that we have a build number format. So this is a build number format that we have specified date, a month, and then DD and the version number. And then this is everything on the CI side. So we have created the CI. So finally, whenever we have created everything on the CI side, we need to save it and leave it here. So here on the slide, I can also show you the information that we need to provide. So one is display name, then the choose the solution, then Visual Studio version, the MS build argument. So MS build argument is very important that we have explained earlier. After that, provide the platform configuration key. So Octopack key that I have already explained that you can extract from the Octopus using your credentials. So so once you have saved everything on the CI build side, now you need to run that CI build so that it will build the solution and create a NuGet package and push that NuGet package to the Octopus. So for that, you need to go to the queue button and then you may click to queue. If you click on that button, it will ask you for the queue name and the branch name. And once you click on the queue, so it will start executing that CI. And once that CI is started, it will show you the status like in progress. And once that CI build is succeeded, so it will show you the succeeded, otherwise it will show you the failed. So this was all about the CI build and the creation and the triggering of the CI build process. Now we'll go to the Octopus. So the next step is the Octopus deployment. So Octopus is a deployment server, or it also provides you the UI to configure your project and create the process and life cycles. So everything from that side you need to create a the the life cycle, and everything that should be created by the Octopus deployment administrator. So the Octopus deployment administrator will do everything for you in terms of the environment setup, deployment targets or life cycles or tentacles on the deployment targets. Tentacles are a service basically which will pick your package from the Octopus and push to the targets. Basically, the targets are those servers on which you want to run your script or the package. So so this is all needs to be configured by your project, not the project, it is the Octopus deployment administrator. So once your administrator set up everything for you in terms of the environment, deployment targets, life cycles, tentacles, and the deployment targets and the project groups, you need to create your project under your project group. So to create your project, you need to go to the dashboard of the Octopus. So for that, you need to log into the Octopus. I'll show you how to go to the Octopus and how to go to the create new project. I have logged into the Octopus UI using my credentials. You can use your own credentials to log into your Octopus, and then you need to go to the projects and then click on the all button. And then when you click on all, it will show you all the projects that you can see or modify. So this is the existing project that we have created. Now if you want to add a new project, so we need to click on the add project. So it will show you the screen like this. Here you can specify the name of this project and the description and the project group that you're uh, Octopus administrator set up for you, and the life cycle that he has created. So life cycle is nothing but the the life cycle of your project. So life cycle can contain different stages, like one can be the development, another can be the QA, another can be UAT or the production. So all these things can be set up into the life cycle. So this is very important because you can set up your own variables on based on different life cycles. So the variable name can be same, and the value can be different on, and that needs to be used on the different life cycles. So that is very important. So once you provide everything, you need to click on the save button so that it can create your project. So once that project is created, it will show you on the dashboard or on the project list. So from here, I will show you the existing project that I have created, and then I will go to this project, and there this is a process. So this is the complete overview of the project. So it will show you the number of the name of the uh, process, and then it will show you the failed release and the past release and dates. And if you click on that, it will show you the detailed information of that release. And now we are going to create a process. So process is basically is something that we have into, you can say, the process of the deployment from the Octopus perspective. So in that, we will go to the process, and we initially you will not have any kind of these processes. So you need to go to the add step, and the first step is called deploy package. So you need to click on the add. You need to find something on the deploy a package, or maybe you can see here it is same that we have added on the step number first. So when you click on this, it will be added onto that screen. So you will go there, and then you will configure that. So once that is here, so you will configure everything on this. So this is the name of this step. Then these are the roles basically. So roles can be created by your, again, the Octopus administrator. So that can be the DB server or service target or the web server or app server, whatever. So again, this is on the development target. So you want to run that the deploy on the development targets. So the deployment targets in the role of the app server. So, and then the package field. So where it is picking the package. So it will be Octopus server built in, and then the package ID. So whatever the package name we have created on that. So we need to search here. So when you type something on here, so it will show you the list of this package. So you need to find your package and then choose that and click on that. So it will be here. So so this is basically deploying package. Means we want to copy everything onto the deployment target in a particular folder. So we have created a folder called c.crm deployments to the C drive. So inside the C drive, we are going to copy everything from that package to this folder. So we are not going to change anything. And finally, the environments, the conditions that you can specify run only the specific environment. So CRM deployment automation is the environment list on which you want to execute that. So once you specify everything on this process, you need to click on save button. It will be again available as a step number 1. So you need to add again one more step, that is called the script. So you need to click on again step, add step, and then find run script, or maybe, yeah, run a script. So you need to add this one, and when you add this one, so it will be showing you like this. So you need to provide all the information on this, and then let me show you how we have configured the step number 2. It is very small step, only to set the execution policy. So this is separated because everything on the deployment side, that is written on the script side. So you can click on this and see this is the name of that, and then where it needs to be executed, that is app server. And we can choose either the script code that needs to be specified here on this text box, or if you want to choose a script file that is included in the package. So if you choose that, It will ask you the package ID, the script file name, the script parameter that you want to specify. Otherwise, we are going to choose only the source code. So source code will contain the information about the script, and that script is one-liner script that is called set execution policy all signed. So we want to change the execution policy to all signed for the scope as a process, and the force parameter is used because we want to enforce this policy to be executed on that server for the execution of the process. So third step is the actual deployment scripts. So if you go to this script, again the same process needs to be added, and then you need to provide one the name of this step, and then the step again run on the deployment targets and the role of that, and then zip code, and the code is available here. So this is the code which we also have into the project file. If you go to the project and then you go to the PowerShell scripts, inside that I have also added the import scripts. So this is the import script and this is the initialize script. So this was specified into the step number 2 onto the octopus, and this is specified into this step number 3. So this is the first line, which is registering the XRM tooling. This is a file which is available into this particular specific folder that we have also copied from the octopus, not from the octopus, from the CI build to the octopus server, and then we are choosing it uh, to the script, and then we are adding two snap-ins, that is one for the connector, another for the package deployment. So this is also important to execute your commands related to the package deployment and the CRM. So once these are specified, then inside that I have created a function that is called CRM import, and I have registered a CRM run CRM import process. Inside that I have some specified some parameters that will be used for all the files that you have seen into the environment.configuration. So you can go to the environment.configuration, environment.xml, and inside that it will pick all the file data from here, and it will run this function. Uh, it will run this function for every environment. So this is the process that will be importing the solutions and the data files from this package. So this is the functions that we have created, and this function will be reutilized here within this for each function. Inside that I'm calling this function for each organization that we have into the this environment. So this is the package folder that I have created a variable for that, and also another is the unpacked file folder. Basically this is also required when you extract everything from that package to a temporary folder. So this is also specified, and also the environment config. So we need to specify the location of the environment config. So once everything is accepted to the C colon CRM deployment, so we can specify the name of this environment.config. So it will the script will pick this file and read this file one by one for all nodes. So for all nodes it will run for each loop and pick the data from there, and then pass this data to the CRM import process. So actually this script is running everything uh, in terms of the CRM deployment. So this is actually deploying the components, the CRM solutions or the data files on those environments which we have specified into the environments.xml. So this is the file which is specifying the different organization that we need to uh, which we need to target to deploy everything. So when we have created the complete script, that this script needs to be copied onto the step number 3 of the octopus process. So we are going to copy everything from here, and then we into the step number 3 of the octopus deployment. So we'll go to the octopus now and see the process. So here you can see the script which we have copied here, and now again the same thing, the environments run only on the specific environments that needs to be the CRM deployment automation. So we have all our deployment targets specified in the CRM deployment automation environments. So run condition, we have a specified success only when the previous steps are successful. So every time when your steps are executing, so next step will be executed only when your previous step is successful. So once everything is done, you need to click on this, and then this process is complete. So you have created a complete process of the three steps. So once that is done, now we have to go to the releases. So we need to create a release here. So we'll click on the create release button, and then it will show me the latest version of this. And this is not the version of the release that have been pushed from the CI build to the Octopus. So this is the version of this release. So the version pushed from the Octopus will specify here. So it is the latest version that we can see here, and this is the last version that was pushed. So any other version which you want to deploy, you can specify here, and then once that is created, you can add the release notes also here, and then click on the save button. Once you click on the save button, it will start executing this process. So it will start executing these steps one by one. So it will copy everything to the specified folder, and then execute this script on this step number 2, and then finally start the script specified into the step number 3. So when it is started, it will take some time to deploy the package onto the particular folder and then execute the script. So sometimes it takes 2 minutes, sometimes it takes 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. It depends again on your the package. So how much data does it contain? How much script does it have? Uh, the environment targets. So all this depends on basically the deployments will depend on all those factors. So once that is done, you will see on the task summary. So you can go to the steps. You can see the log. It is a summarized log. So inside that you can see the acquire package. The first step is it has executed deploy package successfully, and then set execution policy, then run deployment scripts, and finally it has completed the process. So once that is done, so you can go to the detailed log of that, and you can click on that, and it will show you one by one each and every log in detail. So the detailed log of the copying a package to the particular folder, and then the log of the script that was used for the signing the policy, and then the final log for the deployment script. So everything you can get it from here. So final step is the triggering the automatic release. So you need to go to the Octopus, and then inside that you need to go to the process, and then finally there was a tab called triggers. Inside that you need to create a trigger, and then there's a checkbox called create release when package is pushed to the built-in package repository, and then you need to specify which package step you need to start. So inside that, when you check that and save it, and it will be uh, initialized to trigger the releases automatically. So when you check in something on to the Visual Studio to your branch, it will start executing your CI build. Once your CI build is successfully completed, your package is pushed to the Octopus, then Octopus will be automatically started because you have checked it. uh, this checkbox that is called create a release when the package is pushed to the built-in package repository. So this option will enable Octopus to trigger this release automatically and start deploying everything on the servers which we have specified onto the environments.xml, and the solutions it will use from the pkg folder. So this was all about the. And finally, you can go to your different organization that you have specified and verify into the solutions that your packages or the solutions or the data have been imported successfully or not. So you can go to the solutions and check your solutions that was into the package folder. If it is there, then it is successfully deployed. And also you can verify your data onto the um, CRM organizations into various entities that you have used to import. So for our project, we have used account entity to import few records. So we can go to the accounts and verify our data is available or not. Maybe we can run the advanced find to find our data created on today's date, or maybe the user we can choose to select. And there are some videos also available on the different sites, or there are some helpful links that we have specified into the instruction PPT that you can find on the last slide. So these are some links that you can find on the last slide that we have also included into the complete solution of this folder.